Greetings and salutations, everyone. It's been a little while since I've done a bronze and silver cast, so we will jump right into it. We have, sorry, in the top right, we have ElipsonEcho, the red Protoss, and in the bottom left, we have Ironsoldier, the blue Zerg. And we have them exchange a little salutations and greetings and asking what league they are in. So they were both bronze because Ironsoldier is I've played with him a few times and I know he is bronze still. But anyways, we have the Zerg, and it does not look like he is going for a 6 pull, so we can be thankful for that. And we do have the Protoss, and it looks like they're both going for the standard opening builds, except for the fact that the Protoss is building his pylon a little bit late. What you really want to do is build that pylon about the 9 supply, but unfortunately he's going for the 10, so he will be supply blocking himself, and he is setting his probe on a patrol point. And I'm getting my mouse mixed up on a patrol point all the way down here. I don't know why he's patrolling. Well, and he looks like he's going to be throwing the gateway down at 10 also. So a little substandard, a little under standardishness, because usually you throw your gateway down about the 13-minute mark, the 13 supply mark, not the 13-minute mark. If you're throwing your gateway down at the 13-minute mark, there's something wrong. If you're throwing your first gateway down at 13 minutes, just saying, there's something wrong. And there goes the probe. Oh, there we go. He did slick that. We do have Ironsoldier just basically moving his overlords to the outer edge right here. What you really want to do is at least take one overlord and place it right where, like right about here, so you can see as to get some vision, or possibly right here to see as to if the gas is going up or in the back type thing, so you can at least get some sort of vision on the opponent's base. We do have Elipson throwing down that assimilator at the 13 supply, but it is now actually 14 supply, and we do have the Cybernetics core going down a little bit earlier, and we have Ironsoldier going for a 14 hatch. Alright, 14 hatch. And we do have ElipsonEcho scouting this, and he does have a patrol point already being set. Okay, cool. Ka-choo. And we do have Iron getting chased out of the base, and Elipso having that zealot there. Unfortunately, the wall off is too big. He needs at least 2 zealots here to defend against any early Ling rush, and we will not see any early Ling rush. And we do have Ironsoldier trying to trap this probe here, trying to take it out. And does he see that this expansion is here? No, Ellipso does. Ellipson? Yes, Ellipson does not see the expansion here. So we have Ellipson not knowing that the expansion is going down, and we are going to see this drone just chilling here. Alright, and we do see a zealot coming down to harass. We will see what kind of damage this zealot will be able to do, and we do have an epic drone and probe battle, and the probe gets taken out by the 2 drones. Even though I believe it's 1 drone can take out a probe, there's 40, 20, so actually, and the attack is 5, and the attack is 5. Alright. So we actually do have the probes and the drones, depending on whoever hits who first. And, oh, there we go. We do see Elipson seeing this expansion is up. We have Iron having no drones on the expansion whatsoever, and he is not nearly saturated enough at his main, so we will see him droning heavily, hopefully seeing a queen soon. We do have 4 Zerlings out, and if this zealot is marked correctly and not even selected, then no, he's not even selected, so the zealot more than likely will go down, because it is focused on this hatchery, and the zealot does go down before Elipson even does anything about it. We do have Elipson finally researching his warp tech, and he's throwing down another gateway, so he's on 2 gate, and unfortunately, oh nope, I thought he was trapped, but he had a little opening right there. Awesome. So he has 2 gateways, so we'll see as to what kind of pressure we can see Ironsoldier do here with these 8 Lings. So potentially, he might be able to get up through here if Elipson's micro is a little bit off. And will we see that happening? And no, we see Iron trying to take out the zealot. That's a bad decision. He would have easily been able to get right past the zealot and right up into the main base of Elipson and do some probe harass. But unfortunately, he did not do that, and he is setting down the Zerglings right here to basically see as to, okay, maybe he's going to go for a hatchery, or, I'm not, sorry, not a hatchery, a forge. A forge? Wow, really, Russell? No. A nexus. I had to whisper it. You have to whisper nexus, because that's how you do it. Anyways, we are just now finally seeing a queen for Ironsoldier on his main, and we do have one on his expansion, so we will see Ironsoldier pulling ahead in the economy count here. We do have a robotics facility going down for Ellipson, so Ellipson on a 2-gate Robo in the beginning. He is getting a Warp Prism. I like what I see here. A little Warp Prism Harass, which actually, to be honest with you, you don't really see Warp Prism Harass whatsoever in 1v1 games. You mainly see them in some team games, but that's about it. And Ironsoldier is going to lose most of these Zerglings, and he does escape with 2 of them. And 2 of them do have their lives saved. And we are now just seeing these 2. Okay, alright, interesting. And what will he do with this Warp Prism? What is he going to do? Okay, picking up a Zealot, alright. I was thinking maybe he'll take the whole army, and no, he does not. Warp it in 2 more Stalkers. Will he take any of these Stalkers with him? Nope, he is just bouncing with the Zealot. Unfortunately for that Zealot, there is 6 Roaches on the field. Make that 7 Roaches on the field, and they will be easily able to take out that Zealot, kite it around if the Zealot decides to go right after them. We are seeing Ironsoldier starting to do that creep spread, and needs it in his main. Yes, he is getting in his main also, so finally seeing a player use some creep spread, which is basically what the Zerg player wants to do, try to get like creep spread basically all around the map as much as they possibly can to get all that map control, because on creep Zerg units are a lot faster. And we are going to see this Zealot dropped, and will we see this morphed into a warp? Yes, we are going to see it. The Zealot will focus on getting 2 kills. Will he get a 3rd? He will get a 3rd, and he destroyed that. Okay, he destroyed that Stalker on its own. Interesting. Don't really see that, and this queen is off creep, and I'm not sure Iron knows about it. And he is making a ton. I believe these are Roaches. Yes, he's making. Oh, drone. He's making a ton of drones right now. Is he making a ton of drones at his main? No, he has quite a few larvae at his main. Needs to be using that. He needs to be using that spawn larva on every single time he can possibly use that. And his queen is so out of position. Haha! And he finally realizes that, and he needs to be using this creep, spreading it out, not spreading it out, but he is getting that Evo chamber. He is morphing in an Overseer just in case for the threat of some DTs, and we are going to see, denying that Nexus, and these Zerglings are going to go down very quickly, and Ellipso is just not going to be like, oh hey, I didn't put my Nexus down when I wanted to, so he's now going to put it back down again, getting the Nexus down about the 10-minute mark. This is somewhat substandard. It's somewhat standard for Protoss player, lower league-ish, to get that Nexus down a little bit later. What you want to be doing if you are going to be like in a higher league Protoss and you're going for like possibly a 3-gate Robo into Fast Colossus and he is supply locked, you want to get your Nexus down about the 7-minute mark if you are not being rushed. Like if the other player is macroing up, you want to get your Nexus down at the 7-minute mark, maybe a little bit earlier if you see your opponent go for a fast expand, like if it's Terran, if he's going for an extremely fast expand, like let's say for like 5-6 minutes, bam, put your Nexus down 5-6 minutes also. You're set. And he is just now using this Changeling. There we go. Changeling morphing into a Zealot. And Ellipson is like, hey, why can't I control this Changeling? Because he does have it. Aww, Changeling. Sucks, dude. Look at that. Just. Oh well, he did get that out, and we do have Ellipson having that robotics bay, and he is extremely hard countering Ironsoldier, because Ironsoldier just right now basically has pure Roaches, but he is getting some Hydras out. We are seeing 10 Hydras on the way with range level 1 attacks, and we are seeing an infestation pit. And if anybody watched MLG, everybody from MLG knows that Roach Immortal is very good against Stalkers. Yeah, that's right, Roach Immortal is very good against Stalkers, so depending on what we see Ironsoldier go with on this infestation pit, we could possibly see a Roach Immortal go up against Stalkers. Just saying, it's a possibility. But we are seeing Ironsoldier with a somewhat decent army, because Hydralisk, they eat up Gateways units for breakfast if they're a little bit upgraded, and they are micro correctly. And if there is no Colossus out with extended thermal lance, and there is no Colossus out with extended thermal lance, we're just seeing a 3-gate 2 Robo. Okay. We'll see what comes on from here. Is he gonna just basically do 2 Immortals at the same time? And we do need to see some more hockey action from Ellipson, because he only has his Nexuses hockeyed 1 and 2. So he has both of them hockeyed, but we could possibly see his army hockeyed, so that when he does move out, just basically, I usually put my army at 2, attack, move, bam, there we go, and then just basically go back, macro up a little bit, double tap 2, bam, you're back right on top of your army. Like, Nope, that didn't work. That's just my vision. Never mind. I'm trying to play the game while I'm just commentating it. Oh my god. No, just kidding. And we are seeing, what are we seeing from here? We're seeing a ton of roaches, 6 roaches, 1 infestor. And we do see missile attack level 1 coming up. And we do have a dark shrine on the way from Mr. Ellipson. Or Mrs. Ellipson. One of the two, not sure. Can't really tell because it does not say, you know, the gender of the player. And we do have this warp prism still here, may possibly be used. If you do have a warp prism that you're not doing anything with and you basically want to do a little bit of harass, what you can do is put it right here and just warp in a tiny army, maybe like 5 zealots, a couple stalkers, and then just basically take out the gas, take out a few drones, try and take out the queen, focus on the queen even if the army is right here. If you can focus on that queen, that's a big blow to the Zerg players' ability to make units, because they aren't able to get that spawn larva on the hatchery that they need to basically make units as quickly as they can. And we are seeing actually Ironsoldier not really utilizing that spawn larva. Excuse me. And we are seeing neural parasites, so we possibly can see Ironsoldier using these infestors, excuse me, to narrow parasite. And we are seeing a baneling nest. Oh my gosh, I have the burp so bad right now, I don't know why. We are seeing Ironsoldier going for a baneling nest, and he is trying to hide these Zerglings, and I'm not sure if Ellipson even saw that, because these Zerglings are now in the smoke. They will, baneling nest is just now finishing. Is he going to morph every single one into a baneling? Yes, he is morphing almost every single one into a baneling using all of that gas. There goes another one. Will these 2 become banelings? No, these 5 become banelings, or are they just going to basically all... they all became banelings. There we go. Seeing mass banelings from Ironsoldier. If he utilizes these correctly, he can destroy every single probe in this line. And try and bum rush up here and take out all of these other probes. So we will see Ironsoldier moving out. He has them all selected. What is he going to do with these? Is he going to actually move out with them and do any damage? He is moving out right now. How much damage is he going to do with these banelings? He looks like he is going directly for the Nexus. Trying to take the Nexus out. No! A little bit of a bad move. Supply blocking Ellipson just a little bit. But the Nexus wasn't taken out. Only 1 pylon was taken out. That's not what you want to do when you have banelings. You want to go for the probe line. But anyway, why? And we need this queen to do. And exactly what I was talking about. He is warping in some units here, so he did try and focus on that queen, but they were taken out. And Ellipson's still having this down here, so this could be a big thing in the game when they do attack each other. So Ellipson going to destroy these rocks. He has quite a decent army to deal with this, but like I said, Hydras just eat gateway units for breakfast. And they are upgraded 1 armor, 1 attack. We are seeing more lings being thrown out. What kind of damage will they do? And there are just so many Immortals. These Immortals are just gonna like uber ponage those roaches. Those roaches are just gonna die very quickly. We don't have any burrow, nothing like that. We don't have no roach speed, nothing like that. We do see Ellipson having this overseer here, not overseer, but we do have him having this observer here, seeing that hive tech is done. And we can't really get anything past hive because that's as high as it'll go, because you have layer and then hive. And we are seeing more banelings being morphed. Okay, okay. I honestly would like instead to see Ironsoldier, since he does know that, hey, look at this, there's a ton of Immortals here. Maybe I should try and get some mutas to pick off those Immortals. And we do have, again, Ellipson being supply blocked. So he does have the Dark Shrine, but does he even have anything in his army for... He actually has no DTs. Maybe that's exactly what happened here, was he morphed some DTs, and Ironsoldier taking out that Warp Prism. We are seeing a few more Stalkers being morphed in. We are seeing 2 Colossus coming out on the field. And those banelings are not doing anything, just throwing away a ton of minerals. We go to Units Lost tab. We have Ironsoldier 44 lost, Resources 2,000 lost. But we still have Ellipson almost basically matching each other in a Resources lost. We do have that Queen putting on that larva there. And we have Ironsoldier with a 3rd base up and running. And we also do have Ellipson with his 3rd base. Unfortunately for Ellipson, he is not saturated at his natural, and he was saturated at his main, but now that he is not saturated, he needs to transfer some of these to his natural, and then most of them, the rest of them, to this expansion here. But with the army size we have for Ironsoldier in the unit composition, because he does have 4 infestors, and he is just pumping out Hydras like mad, and these Hydras just do damage to all of these units, and I would love to see Iron Soldier, Neuroparasite, both of these Colossus, getting them to do more damage to all of these units, basically taking out all the light unit zealots, everything like that. And what do we have in here? He is, yep, that is exactly what he's doing. He's transferring some of the drones, but he has quite a few drones. Nope, he did transfer some of them to the expansion, and some to this expansion also. I mean, his natural and some to this expansion. It doesn't look like we do have Ellipson moving out. He has quite an army amassed, but will it be enough? And we do have almost 2 full pages, I believe. Yes, we do have just about 2 full pages of units from Ellipson. It looks like he will be going for these back rocks. We do have Iron Soldier just basically chilling here with an Overseer that has a ton of energy, full energy. Could be using that for something, I don't know. And we do have Iron Soldier taking down these rocks, having any upgrades whatsoever, just +1 to attack. So we will see as to what kind of damage we will be seeing from Ellipson, and we will have Iron Soldier being able to get the concave, a beautiful concave on here, and we are having the units meet up. We have our Iron Soldier reacting a little bit slow. These Colossus just doing damage, doing work. There we go, finally seeing the Neuroparasite on both Colossus killing their own units, and Ellipson's kind of got to be like, WTF mate, what just happened? How did I lose all of these units? And like I said, these flippin' Hydralisks just eat gateway units for breakfast. Look at how quickly those Hydralisks just take out that Immortal. That whole army from Ellipson just poof, gone. He had quite a big army. Took him almost 22 minutes to amass that, and poof, just gone in a few seconds. Poof, gone. But unfortunately for Ellipson, he has just 4 gates. He's been running off 3 gates this whole entire time. He has just these idle drones, these idle probes not doing anything. Warping in 3 more Stalkers is not going to be enough. We do have Iron Soldier moving out, and Iron Soldier, we did see the changeling here, and Iron Soldier know exactly the kind of unit, that composition that Ellipson has, and it is boom, right here. And that Roach going down quickly, and the rest of the army coming in. Going to get a terrible concave. We're going to have Ellipson getting the better concave here, but we are seeing Neuroparasite on the Immortal. We are seeing Roach Immortal versus Stalkers, and Roach Immortal versus Stalkers is a brilliant combination. We are seeing all of these Stalkers being taken out, and the Immortal just doing work, and he is trying to warp in some more Stalkers, but he doesn't have enough gateways to defend this. And unfortunately for Ellipson, I don't think he'll be able to pull this off, and yes, he does throw in the GG. And Iron Soldier taking the victory from Ellipson. And a few things to note: Ellipson, 2 base, 3 gateways, not what you want to be doing. He did have these 2 Colossus up. He possibly could have micro them a little bit, like kind of like had them on the edge, maybe warped in a Stalker, a Sentry or 2, force fielded it, kind of pro stalling. Is actually, somebody said that to me one day. They were like, dude, that was some pro stalling you did on with the force fields there, because the guy basically decimated my expansion exactly how Iron Soldier is right now. Like, my expansion looked almost exactly the same, but what I had a few more gateways, I had a much higher economy also, and I built a few sentries so that I had like at least 3 or 4 force fields, and I had like a Stalker or 2, not a Stalker, but a Colossus or 2 being built, and there was just enough time for those to be built. Extended Thermal Lance was already complete. I force fielded my ramp, and he had all his units just right here. Boom, 2 Colossus just smoking him, and he just basically wasn't really paying attention, was trying to get the Colossus, but I was just microing back and forth, and I basically dwindled his army down, and from then on it was a huge macro-based game. But we do have Ellipson, like I said, running off 3 gates for almost the entire game and having 2 expansions up and running. And then Iron Soldier basically going for 3 expansions, you know, taking that 3rd at a decent time, taking that 2nd very early, about a 14 hatch, and getting the Hydralisks. The Hydras were pretty much the game changer there. Just basically, they do so much damage to units. It's just like 14 damage to all units because they aren't really armored and everything like that, and they just like, just like that. That's how they sound when they're spitting their stuff. But anyways, good, decent game from both players. I love the Neuroparasites that we saw from Iron Soldier on those Colossus, just taking the minds over of the Colossus. The Colossus were like, yes, over mine, just like that. And then the Immortals the same way, but they were like, yes, over mine, because the Colossus sound like this. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. And I am actually going to go 1v1 in live stream, so check me out, justin.tv/unassorted, and I will catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.